What is up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. So guys, today, as you can see behind me, on the yellow logo, I'm in the Vogue showroom here in Shanghai, and I just spotted a very beautiful sport bike, and I'm going to bring it to you. So let's do a quick walk around of this bike so we can see what the new bike has to offer. All right, guys, so we're taking a look at a Vogue LX650 GS right here. It's a racing sports bike in this lovely red, and there is a blue one here as well, a dark blue paint. I kind of like the dark blue paint one, but for the purpose of this review, I'm going to stick to the red one so you can see the features very clearly. So I'll start from the front here. So from the tires, we have radial tires, tubeless tires, of course, and it comes in 120/70 rim 17 tires, looking really nice. Speed rating of the tires 58W. And we look at the front, we have double disc brake discs, looking very solid. And it also comes with Brembo brakes on both discs. You got a reflector here, and you got your suspension, upside down suspension, and you got your mud guard here, race type mud guard. And if we look in there, we see a radiator hiding in there, and it's a 4-cylinder, so you can see the pipes coming from down there. And I like how the interior, underneath the dash is built very clean. And we go up to the lighting area, so there is this air inlet here, and on this side we have the LED lighting hiding in there. So if you don't bend really low, you're not going to see the lighting. And up here you have your Vogue decals right there, and you can see sports on it. And you got your driving mirrors, which also have reflector lights integrated, so that's really nice. And we go on to the kind of like a windshield for when you're on those top speeds. It might be noisy in here, pardon me. And if we look down here, we got this race style plastic fairing that allows wind to go through, and this lip is raised a little bit for aerodynamic purposes. And we look on the left hand side. Let me just step back so we can see. You have your Vogue badge in here, racing sports, really nice. And then you come onto this side, you have the engine, the left side of the engine, also fully covered by this fairing. You have your water cooling tubes going on around here, and you have the gear lever, very solid and tactile. I'm sure you can hear it in the sound. You got 660, and then you got your foot peg for the rider and a foot peg for the rear passenger, looking really nice. And I like that the frame is hidden nicely behind all the plastics, and you can see just this part showing the frame of the bike, just so you can see how the quality of the welding, really nice. And the fairing makes it look really good. So we go to the back, and then we have the frame continuing all the way, the swing arm, get your chain protruding there. And then you have a rather wide sort of mud guard for the rear. It's a whole complete unit starting from here, and it goes all the way to the top and onto the other side with some nice design language here, looking really nice. And that same guard also continues as one unit to cover the chain, serving as a chain guard. And you have a very nice beefy sprocket there in your chain. Going to the rear, so as you can, let's look at the design of the brake lights. So it's kind of like a zigzag, goes all the way up, then it turns there left to right and comes all the way down. So there's two of these zigzag designs, looking really nice. And there's a small sort of mat guard on which has the turn signal LEDs, your number plate lighting here, and your number plate placement area here, and the reflector here. And we go on to the right side, and what do we have? We have a muffler here, Vogue's own in-house, and this whole part is aluminum. And as you get to the rear, the end part of it, the outlet, then you have some real, it's not fake, it's real carbon fiber here, so that's really good. And on this side we have, of course, ABS, and then you have your brake disc, and then you have Nissan here. That's interesting. So the front is Brembo, but the rear is Nissan. I've never seen this kind of combination before. And then on your rear tires, you have 180, 55, rim 17. Looking very beefy from CST. Look at it, thread, very sports oriented tread for the rear tires. And if we go on the right side, you have your swing arm looking very thick and beefy. You have the rear brake fluid reservoir, and as you can see, the whole bike has a really nice clean build. 660 embossed on the plastic here, just to tell you, it's a 660 engine. And then you have this covering the muffler so you don't burn yourself. And if we go on to the right side of the engine, this is what you see. I like the placement of the oil cap here. It's very easy to reach. And if you look at the engine block, it has this, it's not protruding, it has this flat sort of profile, which fits the bike really nicely. So it's not going to be intrusive on your feet. It means your legs or your knees are going to be right on the engine. I don't know if the cooling is good for this bike, but if it is, then it shouldn't be a problem even if your feet are close to the engine. And we go down here and you can see there's a little room made for air to go through, just for cooling the exhaust, giving it some cooling whilst you're riding. And up here you have some sliders for when the bike falls, just to protect it from serious damage. And then you have some nice decals here. So you have 650S Sport. And if I just step back a little bit, you can appreciate the beauty of this bike. It looks amazing in this red color. And as we move forward, this side is going to have the same plastics and fairing, just like on the left hand side. So now let's go on to the top of the bike. So I'm starting from the pannier, the passenger seat. It's a very tiny passenger seat as expected on a race bike, but it's doable for short distances. Obviously, it's not an adventure bike or a touring bike, so the seat doesn't need to be that high. And I like how the back has been narrowed in to make it aerodynamic. And then you have the rider's seat, which is a reasonable size and wide enough for most riders. And if you look down up here, you have your fuel tank, and it's a 15-liter fuel tank right here, looking really nice. And if I just sit on the bike like so you have the fuel tank like I mentioned. So you need a key to open it, but the tank opening is placed right in the middle like conventional bikes. And as you lean forward, this is what you're gonna see. I like that these front suspension or forks are gold plated, really nice. And then you have your key. Unfortunately, there's no battery in here, so we can't see the dash, but I'm just guessing it's TFT, just like most bikes from CF Moto and Vogue. This one is a Vogue, obviously. And let's look at the left hand side. So on the left you have your flash to pass and your high beam, low beam indicator here. And here you have your traction control and return button. And up here we have enter for when you change functions and you need to confirm. And then you have navigation buttons, forward and back, top or down. And you have a hazard button here, hazard light button. You have your turn signals, very tactile, I like that. And then you have your horn down here, conventional. And when we go on the other side, you have a mode button here, and then you have another button for some sort of setting, which I can't confirm now because the screen is off, there's no battery installed. And then you have your, like I mentioned, ignition button here, which works really nicely. And then down here you have a launch, which I believe is for some kind of extra boost. And if you look at it, it's obviously a race bike, so the configuration and everything looks just like any other race bike. You lean in to ride a bike, and then you have your front brake here, all looking really nice. So yeah, these rear view mirrors have been tucked in for transportation purposes, but you can pull them out this way, and then you have them exactly where you want them. And as an extra bonus, you get a USB A or old style USB port here, which is enough for inflating your tires, charging your accessories, and things like that. These sort of things are very standard on bikes now, nowadays, especially bikes that are coming out of China. So yeah, that is a really nice bike from Vogue. I'm seeing it for the first time. So it comes in different colors. So this is a white and red mixed, and this is a lovely sort of dark blue, which I like very much. But for the purposes of this video, I wanted to use a red so you can see, because red colors pop more when it's on camera.
Beginnings on the cusp. Not too old to adjust. Old dog, new tricks. Remember, I was just a pup. Something dirty in my cup. Clean soul, good karma is a must. Still my shooter in the cut. I was stuck inside a rut. Played the game, made bank, moved G. Anything to get a buck. You won't find me in the club. I'm in the lab trying to sharpen up the sword. Swinging blades at these scrubs. Bitches flock like bugs to the light. Getting right. Treat my hoes like these raps. I don't really got a type. Off top, bullshitting. All I needed was a mic. Yeah. Hey, pass the rock, it's all butter. Pack your bags and take flight. Don't worry, it's all covered. Hey, live your life while you can. Our days are all numbered. Rain could cause thunder, but the sun comes after, clearing up the disaster. Isn't it lovely? I ain't looking back and focus on what's in front of me.
All right, so here's information about the pricing of this bike displayed here. So it's coded RR660S, but I believe it's a 650 engine. And that's the price you see right there. So that's 35,999. So that's, take it as 36,000 Chinese yuan. You can do the math in your own currency. And as you can see, it's a newly released bike, so they are advertising it rigorously here. All right, guys, so that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to support your boy by subscribing to the channel so we can grow it together, guys. So until I see you in the next video, ride legal, ride safe always. Peace, and I'm out.